Hello guys, it's Christy, and today I'm going to bring you another Thoughts from Pages featuring Divergent by Veronica Roth. Now, I read this book like a bazillion years ago, and I've been meaning to make this video for forever, so bear with me. Hopefully I'll still remember all the stuff. And, well, this is Divergent, or no, this is Insurgent. My friend has Divergent, but just get an idea of how the covers work. The Divergent has a flamey thing here, and it's bluier, and of course it says Divergent, but still by the same author. So Divergent is pretty much about the city's been split into 5 factions. There's the Dauntless, the Erudite, the Amity, the Abnegation, and Candor. And each society has a different manifesto detailing how they think society should be run. Like Erudite thinks that intelligence will lead them to prosperity and whatever, or Abnegation thinks that it's selflessness, and so on. And the story itself centers around this girl named Beatrice, or Triss as she becomes later. But she's Abnegation born, and she's 16 years old, and when people in the society turn 16, they have to take this test and then choose which faction they want to belong to from then on. So when she takes the test, she finds out that she's a little different than everyone else, in that she's divergent. Because she's divergent, she kind of has to hide this fact about her, because it's not a good thing to be divergent. Within the society, they want people to fit into a certain niche, and if you don't, it kind of screws everything up, so you have to at least pretend that you fit there. So she chooses to go with the Dauntless, or the Brave, and she has to go through their ceremony initiation thing, which I don't know about you guys, but if I had to go through it, I would just be dead. And of all the initiates, only 10 can get through, so she's fighting for her life. And all while this is going on, there's all kinds of corruption going in the government, and she's slowly finding out that things aren't as black and white as previously thought. Now that you kind of have an idea of the plot, I just want to talk about the writing real quick. I was hanging on the edge of my seat for most of the book. I finished a 500-page book in a day and some change, which is insane. But I just could not put it down, and it's so fast-paced. The pacing is perfect, and the writing is actually really, really good on a technical level. And I feel like sometimes that's kind of missing for young adult fiction, but in this one, it was spot on. Another thing I really liked about the writing is that, well, I liked it and I also kind of hated it, but because I'm a criminal justice and sociology major and all that, I kept on focusing on the fact of this society, which is so rich that it actually follows some of the sociological theories that I've learned about. And I was trying to analyze it, which got annoying, and I eventually got over it. I just thought it was really cool that it was that, I just love that she painted such a good picture that it mimicked a real society and wasn't just a bubble that these characters happen to be shoved in. Speaking of the characters, I also really, really love all of the characters. Even the ones that are quote-unquote evil, I almost want them to be good. I was pushing for Peter to just get some redemption going on. But Triss, I love how human the characters are. I feel like they have so many different facets, and you kind of learn, especially with Triss, you kind of learn about the characters as she does. See her judgments through her eyes, and that's how you see the characters, but as she learns more about them, then it starts to become more well-rounded in your vision, and it's just really cool how that happens. Now, I really, really like Triss because she's a very complicated character. She's also not the nicest person ever, which is probably why she decided to go with Dauntless, because she fits in quite well right there. But she's also got these different facets to her personality. And then there's also 4, who's also one of the main characters, but I won't give that away because I was just like, oh my gosh, what's that? When you get a big reveal about him. He's also really cool. Like, from the moment they introduced him, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope he's like one of the main characters, because it's not as clear that he's going to be. And he also, the way that Triss sees him, I thought he was like 25, and when they started like flirting with each other, I thought that was really, really weird. But then you find out he's like 18, and it's like, what? I would have never guessed from the way he acts or the way Triss describes him. But I thought that was a really cool aspect of his personality and the way he portrays himself. So yeah, overall, I really, really love the world that Veronica Roth has created. I think it's so vivid and the characters are just rich, and I've already read Insurgent, so I'm going to be doing a video about that very soon. So I'm very excited, and I can't wait till the 3rd book comes out. Like, apparently it's going to be like a year, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? And in case you're wondering, I'm pretty sure I'm erudite. Although when I took there's a test in the back of my copy of Divergent, and it gives you like 7 or 8 questions, and you have to answer them, and like at the end they'll tell you like what you're in. But mine were evenly split between abnegation and erudite. So, and after reading Divergent and Insurgent, you kind of, if you've already read them, you kind of know that that's a really weird combination considering everything that happens. But I think I would pick erudite just because they're the sociologists, the psychologists, the historians, the scientists, and that's the stuff I love. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have read Divergent or Insurgent, let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you later. Bye!